Hey guys, welcome to my morning routine. If you're new to my channel, I'm a mama of two little ones. My baby Everly is 13 months old, and I also have a 3-year-old named Reese. Lately, they've been getting up around 7, which is so awesome. That definitely feels like sleeping in to me. I love the extra sleep. I do not get up before them usually. I usually let whoever wakes up first wake me up, and Everly was up first this day, and so I went in, I nursed her. We always nurse right when she wakes up in the morning, and then I changed her diaper and then brought her into my bathroom with me so that I could just kind of brush my teeth and get just a little bit ready for the day. This morning I was planning on doing Reese's preschool drop-off, so I wanted to have at least just my hair brushed and a little makeup on. Reese woke up and came and found us, and funny thing about Reese, she's in this phase where she does not like jammies. She has always hated going to bed, and jammies just remind her of going to bed. So usually before bed, I just put her in clean, comfy play clothes that she can go to school in or just play the next day in. And honestly, I have not been minding really because it makes the morning just have one less thing to do. She's already dressed for the day. This morning, Reese was begging for heart waffles for breakfast. My mom gave us this little heart waffle maker for Valentine's Day last year, and so as kind of a fun thing, sometimes in the morning she'll help me make waffles. Reese is super independent and wants to do everything herself that she can and always loves to help, so I let her dump in the mix. Of course, she made a little bit of a mess, but it's no big deal. So I added the oil in, and then I wanted to try something different. I had seen online that people were using eggnog in their pancakes and waffles, and I actually had some. I got it at Aldi. It was this almond eggnog that's super good. I had made French toast with it a couple times. So I got that out, and I mixed it in instead of the egg and milk, and it was delicious. So the recipe called for 1 cup of milk and 1 egg, so I just did 1.5 cups of this eggnog, and it worked great. I was a little worried about Reese pouring the eggnog, so I ended up pouring it into the cup and then letting her dump the cup into the mix, and that worked for us. Meanwhile, Everly is just kind of walking around in the background, sometimes pulling things out of cabinets. If she ever seems fussy or something, I'll stop and give her a snuggle or give her something to play with. So in a minute here, she fussed for me, so I picked her up and we found something cool to play with. I gave her a wooden spoon. She really likes to play with those. Kids are so funny. They love to play with grown-up things, and wooden spoons and silicone spoons are always fun for babies, I feel like. Everly's usually fine waiting on breakfast for a little while, but I decided, since waffles take a little bit to make, to go ahead and get her a pouch, and so I just got her this fruit pouch. It has one of those reusable tops, which are the best because they prevent the pouches from exploding if the baby squeezes them. So they're so great because you can just hand it to the baby and then you don't have to worry about them making a giant mess. I think my mom just got this waffle maker at Sam's, and it really is the cutest thing. It makes the best little heart waffles. It does take a while if you're making a ton of waffles. Each one just takes a couple minutes, but obviously you can only make one at a time. So on a school morning like this, I try to just really keep them moving. I finally got to pouring myself a cup of coffee, which was much needed. And Reese just kept stirring away like a good little cook. So I grabbed her lunch. I'm going to show you what I packed. I just packed her a piece of pizza and some carrot sticks and some ranch. This is one of the only lunches she will eat right now, and so I'm just so happy when she eats her lunch because I have struggled to find things that she will actually eat. She's just such a picky eater. And so lately she's been loving this. So I actually earlier this week made a whole pizza and have just been putting a piece in her lunch like one at a time. I finally noticed that she had rubbed a little bit of the mix in her hair, so I got that off. And this is what the waffles look like all done. So cute, right? And of course, we had to keep them moving. I put Everly in her high chair to give her her waffle, and it's so funny. Lately, she's been going to her high chair when she's hungry or wants a snack or something. She has the remote right now, which is funny. She loves remotes. But I'm tearing her up some waffle, and actually, she was not that into it. Maybe her pouch made her full or something, but most of her waffle ended up on the ground. She was like less than impressed. But fortunately, Reese loved her waffle and ate it completely. And I had to microwave my coffee because, of course, I was too busy with the kids to drink it all while it was hot. And in true mom fashion, I'm just eating my breakfast while I'm trying to tidy up a tad. Now it was time for school drop-off, so I took Reese to preschool. Fortunately, her school is super close, and Everly stayed with Kyle while I did drop-off. And when I got back, I microwaved my coffee again because it had gotten cold again, and I still hadn't drank it. Then I sat down with Everly, and we just played on the floor. The kitchen was still kind of a mess, but I decided to have a little playtime before I tackled it. Since Everly didn't really eat that much of the waffle, I decided to give her some yogurt bites as a snack and also to distract her while I cleaned up a little. Everly's been a bit obsessed with the dishwasher lately. She always wants to climb on it, so I have to put the bottom rack down so she can't climb on it. But she also sometimes will even hand me dishes, which is just so cute. She's only 13 months old and she's handing me dishes. It just totally melts my heart. I love it when I can involve the kiddos in just kind of like the daily mundane chores, because then it becomes a game for them. And it's great because I'm getting something accomplished that I really need to get accomplished. You can tell that she wants to climb on this so bad, but I left the bottom rack open so that she couldn't. Now while I'm cleaning the dirty dishes, I just let Everly pull things out of this cabinet. That cabinet used to have a child lock on it, but it kind of came off, and I've just left it off because Everly loves to just pull everything out of there, and it's kind of just a good activity when I'm busy in the kitchen. And all of those things are like totally fine for kids to be playing with. So if she's entertained, then it's totally fine in my book. I love to give my sink a nice little scrub a couple times a day. I just feel like sinks can get so gross, so it feels good to just have a nicely scrubbed sink. Then I took Everly to Reese's room. We love playing in Reese's room while she's at school. Nobody tell her. But Reese's room was a bit of a mess, and Everly loves to come in here and play with Reese's toys because they're different than the toys in the living room. And oh, look, she found something under Reese's bed. That's funny. And so I was able to straighten up in here while Everly just got to have a little bit of a different playroom. And this is funny, it looks like she takes off with her sister's faux fur coat. By now, Everly was starting to get a little bit sleepy. She usually naps after about 3 hours of awake time, so usually naps end up around 10 and around 2. So she takes a morning and an afternoon nap. And right when she was starting to get sleepy, she brought me over this book. So I just picked her up and we decided to read it. It's one of those touch and feel books. She's been so into those recently. She loves the touch and feel books and then also the music books, the ones where you can press a button and a song will play. I think she was annoyed that I was trying to hold it and she wanted to hold it herself like a big girl. But that's the kind of books we've been enjoying recently, and I thought that'd be a good little activity since she was starting to get kind of sleepy to kind of get us ready for nap time. And I always nurse her before her naps, or if I'm away from her, she gets a bottle before her naps. So normally now we're nursing morning, night, and before her 2 naps. But we'll do more than that if she's really acting like she needs it or is not feeling well or something. So I take her to her room then, I put her in her sleep sack, put the sound machine on, nurse her, and then lay her down. She's usually pretty drowsy when I put her down, but she's not completely asleep. So I just lay her in her crib. She grabs her little stuffed animals. I have a passy or 2 in there, but I don't usually put her down with a passy, so she can just put it in if she wants. And then she'll hopefully take an hour-and-a-half nap. And I decided to take this time to get a little more ready, so I straightened my hair, put a little more makeup on, changed out of my sleep clothes, finally, just into some athletic clothes, but still, it counts. And that's it for my morning routine.